Hello, fellow faithful. It is Bulldog here for Game 2 of the first day of the LCS lock-in. World's greatest silver analyst. By the way, I got an ice cold Diet Dr. Pepper. And let's get right into Champ Select here.
Team Liquid is going to be an absolute behemoth, so we'll see if they can bounce back against a much more.
So we're facing Golden Guardians, who have a completely rebuilt roster. Two players straight out of the collegiate scene. A Blazed Olive, obviously being out of the academy scene. Former CLG 80 carry, Stixay, and Newbie. I have no idea where he's from. We keep banning the Misfortune. I haven't seen any other team prioritize it at all. So, that one confuses me. The Gragas ban also kind of confuses me.
It's more for top lane, which is kind of interesting. I've been seeing a lot of top lane Gragas around the world these days, so that pick also pretty high in priority.
Not really sure what's going on there. Lilia, I understand that ban. Lilia is just kind of freaking strong.
Dominant in lane, just with all this guaranteed poke and harass that you can land, and obviously very powerful team fight with the ultimate. So pretty high priority on really all of these champions. I do feel like the later bans are more where it's kind of just up to you what you are most worried about. Is it something
the Akali
from the opposing team?
That was banned against us earlier, so I think we play it well. The Samira ban.
Actual ban rates, it had one pick in pro play and something like 48, 49 bans. So this is not really getting through in other regions pretty much at all. CLG will be given it. It is.
So it sounded like the Akali is really good.
It is still played in mid lane from what I see. You know,
I don't know if Pobelter or Solo is going to play it. I would prefer it on Pobelter just because Solo.
Good bands as well, so you gotta choose.
I don't think there's going to be that good of communication there. I mean, I would love to lock in Talia Renekton here. I think that would be super good.
In this case, Golden Guardians willing to play against a Akali one that they expected to get locked in, and you know you have to assume that Blaze Olive is gonna have a counter pick ready.
I do like Jhin as well. I think Jhin is good, and the Renekton. And you know they're not gonna lock in the Talia, but why didn't we lock in the Jhin? Or lock in the Talia right there. There's no, like, they're just gonna ban it out. So if they're just gonna ban it out, that tells me we aren't looking to play it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they may go towards that.
So I don't know why we're not looking to play the Talia, but it is the first ban. We must have something else we like with the Renekton, or it just has that prio. And we want to be able to do something aggressive, and we do have pretty aggressive, powerful lanes, which is quite a bit different from last time. I mean, I would kind of like to see the Rel here. That would be cool. It was last game, but I didn't pay attention to last game too much. So.
And I also feel like, you know,
the Nidalee.
Okay. First champions like the Akali, there's some synergy there because they're both looking towards.
So we get our pick of the support champions. The Gnar banned out.
The Akali R2 execute. We'll see if they're be able to pull off this sort of style of team fighting, because I mean,
I would guess we
than your standard front to back. Couple tanks in the front line.
Ban out either another top laner, or we obviously go for a support. I didn't know what we would be like opposed to playing against. Thresh.
Yeah, we did see a little while back there was Impact on Evil Geniuses doing a really good job having the Renekton flanks be the primary engage.
I'm not sure the reasoning for the Thresh ban. Maybe they just think Thresh is one of the better peel champions in the game and would do well against the Akali Renekton, potentially.
Magic damage junglers that would complement Renekton very well. Meanwhile, Niles, he's a carry player. He wants to play something explosive, something fun, and so Gangplank is going to be the lock-in. And you can't ignore Gangplank, but he is still there to be a damage dealer, and he is still there to...
I don't know how good the Gangplank is.
Golden Guardians still have no front line, and are really just relying on TF so far for the engage.
Yeah, I'm expecting that we'll get some sort of an engage out of the support.
I mean,
their last pick is what I would assume, and then you can have setups where you drop the GP.
The Sejuani
goes forward, tries to look for some sort of an engage there. A GP also, you can answer the Renekton point and click stun, orange out of that.
Oh yeah, Sejuani's a really good pick here because you have double melee solo lanes.
A lot of Renekton to Leah. Renekton in Italy was very
and
popular last year.
that makes the stacking of her stun even easier. And with the Alistar,
this does give them some engage as well. Obviously,
I mean, it is a lot of immobile champions, lots of layering of CC. It's not terribly high damage for a comp, but we would. But it's not low damage either. You just have to be able to get on top of people. And every champion enables you to be able to get on top of people. So I like that quite a bit. Now, will we actually go forward on top of people? Because even the Jhin can help with that with this ulti, or his W.
Than he is as a primary engage. Like, yes, you can flash and try to taunt.
Well, I mean, if you're Golden Guardians, you're not going to be running into us at any point in time. You're going to want to kite back. Yeah, and that's kind of what the Gangplank is doing for them. And Graves can go backwards. Kai'Sa prefers to go forward, but she can go backwards. Choice of Fate likes to go forward.
GP ult from anywhere on the map. TF has most of the map for
and create numbers advantages. And like that's what Golden Guardians.
The back line with the Galio over top, and that can kind of work, but that's not really the look. It feels like a split push heavy team.
Like Golden Guardians is all about creating numbers advantages on the map for themselves. Because they have the 3 different globals. They're likely going to be running 2 teleports. So they're going to try and create plays with numbers advantages. We're going to try and lock people down. And just end their existence. Yep, double teleport. We're rocking double teleport. So we're gonna try and lock people down, have a Kali Renekton burst them. And I actually like Jhin quite a bit into this comp because Jhin can weave in and out pretty well, has decently long range. So he can be pretty safe at all times and do quite a bit of damage. So Jhin is a great AD carry for this. We have a strong front line, good primary engage with the Sejuani, good primary and secondary engage with the Alistar Renekton. We can set up that primary / secondary engage with the Jhin, with the ulti from that. And Akali will be the primary beneficiary of that engage. And going the Sejuani with the double melee, that's smart drafting. So I like this much better than our Team Liquid comp.
As well as that Galio coming in and trying to pick on those side lanes and maybe get Niles ahead.
Nice little taunt. Cannot catch Turtle, though. Would have been a whole lot more damage if they did get that one. Regardless, decent trade. Dixie gets a hit in. The supports trade blows. That's a little bit of damage. Didn't kill any minions, so just the baseline 2 damage. Time to fight for the second wave. This actually should be Golden Guardians claiming it pretty reliably. So you're going to have to back up.
Trading it pretty easily.
Walk at you, E forward, and then go for the taunt. So CLG just to play out of range where they're safe against that. And you can see under your turret is that range. So they're fine right now. But
so what's the jungling looking like? So both junglers full clearing. Their blue side first. I'm gonna rotate over.
I'm gonna be pretty interested to see where
Solo will need to watch out for the Graves gank.
The more common build is the Riftmaker, but I feel like Night Harvester is often more effective. Yes, if you are having those long extended fights, the sustain from the
and Sejuani is one of Griffin's better champions. I like that so much better than the Graves or like a hard carry champion. I mean, the Talia I would have liked, but I doubt our ability to like constantly pressure
more aggressive bursty style of builds
and play aggressive,
really
because last game we just were so cowardly. This is better fitting, and putting the engage on the people that have played together for quite some time in Smoothie and Griffin. It's a good move. It should help with some of the like hesitation and communication issues that seemed apparent in the last game. And Solo, I think, is most comfortable when he can kind of be on an island and try and dominate.
Yep. Guardians, very small gold lead overall to the squad. Some of that is just Twisted Fate and Gangplank exists, so doesn't really mean much just yet. Bot lane pretty equal, mid lane very slightly TF favored, but not doing too much overall.
Yeah, but that's a pretty expected TF favored lane. Just because it's range versus melee, so early on that's gonna be really rough. But Akali can do a good job of getting on top of TF and just blowing him up.
A lot of time is TF often going for that Hextech rocket belt, just helping more with the utility, the engage.
Griffin is doing a good job of staying pretty much even. He did get double scuttled, but that's to be expected when it's Graves versus Sejuani, and you don't have any sort of mid lane priority.
So you don't always need the additional sustain from a Lost Chapter style of item. So it'll be cool to see where a Blaze Olive does go.
And we're going pretty even everywhere except top. Solo's actually kicking ass up there.
I don't really think we'll see it, and even in solo queue, it's a lot less common.
And I don't think the Gangplank is very good into the Renekton. Now it is crashing a huge wave here, but it should cause Niles to miss some CS. Or it crashes a bunch of minions into the tower, it gets a bunch of tower damage. So it's just a good spot to be in. Solo will need to be careful because he doesn't know where the Graves is, but it's also a rookie jungler, so you can kind of feel free to bull. We flashed forward! Holy cow! It was like that was a good try. Oh! Okay, that was way better than what we've done before. I wanna rewind here and see exactly what went on. So there's the knock-up. What is that? Okay. Right. Yep. Okay, it was Stixxay got first blood. Wait, did Stixxay flash in the CLG icon? I respect it. I respect that. Holy cow. But we went forward. Holy cow. We went forward with a flash. I didn't realize it was possible. We didn't get first blood, but we're getting some pressure down. We're trying to make plays. It's really nice to see. And we're trying to get priority on the dragon. Solo should win this. Wait. Wait.
Now TF is here. He was in bot lane. Now he's in top lane. He's gonna find Solo.
No, Solo outplayed.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
Oh my goodness.
Down he goes.
Oh my God, Solo showing up big.
That was huge.
Messed up, slicing and dicing in. We see a Blaze Olive popping the
and this should grant us a dragon because I don't like teleporting back there.
Stay alive there, turning around and killing off Niles, who went too far. Popping the infamous Solo emote there. That's his favorite for sure. The camping icon. Really nice play from him.
Yeah, TF used his global to come to your lane in a fight. What a camp. I mean, really, just the scummiest of plays using the buttons on Meanwhile,
we flashed! Oh my goodness, we flashed to create a play! I am so proud!
That's the thing you learn about.
I'm
It's never
so proud.
You know, these people, they're always calling their junglers over, calling their mid laners.
Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. Look what happens when we're not afraid to flash forward and make plays.
So, 600 gold lead, not bad for CLG. Gonna be an Ocean Great claimed as well. Yeah, look who's the mythical beast now. Griffin takes down Dragon. Apparently it's a hard counter. Who would have known?
Beautiful.
But it's nice to see it. We're getting him in early, okay? Look, he's not the hinted starter. I've only got so many options to cast Griffin here on the LCS.
I respect it. I respect it.
Thanks, man.
No problem. All right. But
I mean, it is kind of a garbage team, but
if you do fall behind GP in a melee matchup,
last year we were not doing well against garbage teams.
Looking for the flash in, but Newbie
that was a good flash by Newbie, and
like this might go bad for Golden Guardians. Just barely Stixay gets the first blood before Newbie does go down. A Blaze Olive kind of getting caught out there, but Iconic was pathing down. And now back to live here up on that top side. Solo in trouble here.
Yeah, he missed the barrel kill. Gets the off. Yeah, he's going to hold on to that one and look for some kind of a dive. He's got Smoothie by as well.
That's a good...
Not quite going to find that, but there's some nice...
Good rotation by Smoothie. Yeah, don't steal the fruit, Smoothie. What the fuck are you doing?
I'd probably eat a honey fruit smoothie. But either way, back into the top lane, Solo going to feel comfortable enough. Still has his 10 CS lead, still has his kill. He's going to be doing just fine up there.
Solo's sitting in a fine spot.
Doesn't need to get that one over to Akali either, but will do so. Poulter pings on the way and gets extra energy for the laning phase.
I mean, you want that Akali to get as far ahead as possible.
Like they're gonna just use that pressure
because she can just carry everything, and we're making a move for Rift Herald. Holy cow, this team knows how to play the game.
Use that to try to extend their lead, but CLG could be in some trouble.
This looks like a completely different squad.
Move up towards Rift Herald now, and we
okay,
do see that
they're sending a lot.
And it looks like Golden Guardians are going to commit to it. Solo fighting Niles up on the top side, though.
Big damage on both sides, 300 HP on both, but away they go. Blaze Olive gets himself stuck.
I don't like taking this fight here. They have numbers. Well, they had position. Right after I compliment you, you go and fuck it up.
Nicely done there by Golden Guardians. It was sealed.
I need to get another look at that. Come on.
Was big damage this play, and it looks like Golden Guardians are going to commit to it. Solo fighting Niles up on the top side, though.
See, I don't. You probably should just be funneling down this way. And try and regroup S4 if you're gonna take this fight, because you don't want to split up like that. Because Niles and Solo are both effectively out of the fight. And so, if you're CLG, your two damage dealers here are Solo and Pobelter. And Pobelter isn't in the fight at all. So you have to funnel the fight towards the one healthy damage dealer, otherwise you're just going to get absolutely destroyed, and that's what happens here. You just don't have the damage to kill anyone.
And it's a 2-4-0. Golden Guardians ties the game back up. Griffin is on the wrong side of this map, and make it a third in a row. Blaze Olive claims the kill.
Nicely done there by
and so that's a huge swing in Golden Guardians' favor.
They were fairly split. You know, Pobelter was back towards mid lane. He didn't have the TP. Blaze Olive had mid
you can't
first and had his ultimate
move the fight away from your damage dealers. You're basically your only damage dealer in that fight.
We'll pick up the delayed Rift Herald here, and CLG with a pretty botched setup.
If you had a level 6 Alistar, you probably could have pulled that off just fine. But Alistar was only level 5. So he gets blown up. He could have survived with the ulti. And that could have bought enough time for Pobelter to get in there and clean up a couple of kills.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
but you don't have the timings.
You can see up on the top side, Solo is in trouble. So Blaze Olive just ults up towards it.
Like they could have. So
bottom side, you can see up on the
right now. Once you see that, Smoothie Pobelter, Griffin could have all turned on Newbie, instantly burst him down, just leave Solo to die, at least trade 1 for 1, and get some gold onto your carry. And then potentially turn on Iconic, but it doesn't turn into this dumpster fire. But they split themselves up, so you wanted to move to where you had the numbers advantage. Instead, we moved to where they had the numbers advantage.
They didn't fight at a static location. They moved up towards the top side and just continued to kite away from that Akali. And that made it so they always were going to have that numbers advantage. And once Solo went down, there was not really any opportunity for Pobelter to join in on that fight.
Well done, and it means the
Wild Turtle is very strong.
For them. Dragon on the other side, though. Solo going to be in this trade yet again as they go back and forth. The oranges get eaten. Solo gets the health bar pretty much back to equal, and they're both at 2/3.
Yeah, nice little trade on that back end, but
like,
GP sitting in a
Pobelter's well farmed up.
Like it's getting harder.
Griffin will always be useful, and Smoothie is level 6, so he can be a huge tank.
Powered Q coming through it is a very similar playstyle to what GP did go for before, and it's always frustrating if you do fall behind. If GP gets into that comfort zone, it's hard to push. It's hard to push.
A Blazed Olive is strong, and they can use the globals very well. So I would like to see some sort of setup towards the dragon. It looks like we are trying to kill off a Blazed Olive to be able to make a play. But Smoothie is there. I don't think they expect Griffin to be on the opposite side.
Yep, kites toward the ward, suddenly sees Sejuani, and he's like, and yeah, I'm glad I went to the right, not to the left. We are safe here. I went towards the Galio, no problems. But Dragon is up in 20 seconds. CLG
but we do have the advantage here. We got here quicker. We're pushed in bot, we're pushing in mid. This is handling the Dragon well.
They could still both show. You can see Solo
and Solo's backing to buy and be able to teleport from base.
But we'll have teleport if a fight breaks out.
And he heals up. Like, Niles does have the GP ult. But I don't think Golden Guardians will go hard to try and contest this. They may try and steal it, but yeah, our Newbie at least has to burn Flash there. Pobelter? Wow. He just was late on that. Solo? Yeah, that's just shit communication. That was just garbage communication. Holy shit.
Looking good, and CLG just not really looking very coordinated. They are playing, with multiple subs, to be fair to them, but they just don't seem to be on the same page. Engaging well, others are kiting out. Kiting out well, they're trying to position for a fight, and it doesn't feel like the communication has been there just yet. Iconic going to be able to drop the
and if communication is our big issue,
it's actually going to be
I'm not going to be too concerned about that at this point.
But it is,
it concerns me that the bottom half of the map isn't communicating that well. Like, Solo didn't communicate well at all there. That was part of that. Like, him dying, that was just dumb of him.
The benefit of it has its own cooldown for every single
but Pobelter not rotating with the team or understanding his escape angles was bad there.
In a way, longer lasting. Because, now I hit T at the first time. Another burst of movement speed. Great, that's going to feel really good. Rockabelt does give you the the control for yourself. Like, okay, here is what I'm going to dash. Here's what I'm going to get the move speed. I'm going to get damage onto you. And we'll see how it plays out as, once again, we get the replay.
Yeah, so Newbie going in a little bit. They did force
Pobelter just fucked up his dash. And he honestly should have gone towards the wall, the back of the Dragon Wall, and just flashed out. But he was expecting to hit the dash, and he didn't.
Obviously, he can't really contribute to the fight.
And yeah, Solo just tried to trade 1 for 1. That's why he's not a starter on an L. That's why he's not on an LCS squad. Because of dumb shit like that.
His support was already leaving. And he just gets
and you might die here.
Perhaps just hoping to at least trade his life for a Blaze Olive, but
Okay, Griffin here.
Solo's on a ward, but he's got a jungler coming in a second. That's going to be a stun.
That's very good.
Down. Easy stun flashes, oranges.
Oh, that was so well played by Griffin. Extremely well done. Good bait by Solo. Just well done. That's a nice little swing of momentum. Iconic can't really do much.
Clean this up, and we can see Iconic is going for more of this life drain tank style of build of Graves. You can go for the Immortal Shield Bow straight into a Bloodthirster. That is one of the kind of variants that is fairly popular on Graves. You see some lethality builds
think
that are
with
okay,
that,
but mostly we have really been seeing
yeah, I think
more
the Jhin Alistar would win the 2v2 in that situation.
This is very scrappy, and if you're thinking, okay, this is a team that's going to have to burst me down, I can kind of see the line of logic where you have challenging smite, you have Immortal Shield Bow, you have a tremendous amount of lifesteal on top of your lifesteal from your.
We haven't seen Pobelter do much, which is kind of disappointing, because we first picked this champ and it hasn't done much.
You know, giving you some level of choice. I think Graves has, you know, reliably.
The Jhin has been really solid for us.
Like, good mythic choices based on
that was a step too far forward,
like,
dude.
Ironically, that would have been a good Gale Force spot because he could have bursted Turtle, but he goes Kraken Slayer because he has 2 tanks to kill in this game. Like, it wasn't meant to clown on him. There's 2 really, really good options there for the champion. And it's based in the game. Niall's not
we're investing a lot in this Renekton, which we like never do. So I'm kind of digging it. We picked the champion for its priority, and we're investing in it like it's our priority champion.
And he's gonna wait for Smoothie to show up as well. So Blaze Olive cannot get around the TP. Isn't enough.
No, that's well done. Well done by Griffin this game.
Is fairly tanky at this point of the game. When you have the ultimate up, the bonus HP from that, you know, it is a fairly HP heavy build that he already has here as well. Doran Shield, he has the Gore Drinker, he has an additional Ruby Crystal on top, so
Turtle just getting a nice farm lead.
You know,
Akali staying even until like she gets the opportunity to pop off.
Trying to be in position to actually counter gank some of these, because if the Renekton gets too far ahead,
but this will give us
problems in the team fight.
Well, it'll give us nice side lane priority, but what Golden Guardian should be doing here is using the TF Galio to attack Solo. And honestly, if I were Solo, I would probably be going for a QSS next.
The third one is waiting for him, and it's a good one.
Because then the threat of the TF gold card behind you, nothing personnel kid, is greatly lessened. Especially if you're going to be sitting in a side lane. Okay. Good job having Smoothie and Griffin lead. Having Solo in the flank position there. Smithy? I thought you were out of the LCS. Pobelter? Not doing much. So, okay. That was kind of a nothing fight. We do lose the priority. Pobelter kind of tried to go deep, but he didn't get anything out of it.
Back up to full. A lot of the ultimates are already gone from CLG. I don't think they can actually win this 5v5.
They're not, but a gold card not going to be found either. The Jhin trap, he flashes for it. Looks for Wild Turtle, no cleanse available. One more auto, Kaisa shows up. And it's a second kill in a Smoothie, no problem. Golden Guardian's got the dragon, they get the kill. They're going to get the mid lane turret as well. Everything that they ever wanted. 4,000 gold lead to Golden Guardian.
Oh, and that Mountain Drake would have been real nice for us.
Condition is the soul, but you know, the start of that fight,
but we can afford to give one up.
For this life drain style build, he has so much sustain. He healed right back up to full, survived with the shield bow proc.
Yeah, they just didn't take any damage.
On a double marksman team, you know, who has their ultimates available when it
Griffin needed to hit that ult.
These are champions that are
like, that was huge. We needed to pick somebody with that ult and just burst them down.
Very bold for CLG to try to make that play, and they do end up getting punished for it. Here is the re-engage. You can
see and at the bottom. The Smoothie just, what was that Hex Flash?
Sure, they're trying to go for that smite steal, but they do end up losing out big time on the back end of that fight. as Blaze Olive flashes in, catches Turtle there.
Oh, and Smoothie couldn't decide between like giving his life to save his AD carry or leaving his AD carry to die. So he gave his life to leave his AD carry to die. Okay, Griffin does have ulti. You can dive this without minions. Oh, kill the Blaze.
I'm pretty sure I made the right call. Like, yes, I can see them, but
I guess you don't have the damage, too.
Back me up, it'll be fine. I will flash into 4 people to stun the Jhin, and don't worry, it'll be correct. And he's been right every single time. I think Blaze All has been absolutely stellar so far in his LCS debut. Golden Guardians, I think in almost everyone's power rankings, they put them 10th because it's 3 players who have never played the LCS before. And you look at, well, actually 4 because, you know, Newbie played in LATAM. Yeah, sure, he went to Worlds. Like, he's actually a very good player, but okay, you know, I understand. You know, this can be scary. But, you know, regardless, yeah. They have come out swinging so far and looking pretty good against CLG, and that's heartening to see.
Yeah, and Iconic doing very well here for himself. You know, he is kind of having
we can still
dream Graves game where he is
play this game. Like we're still in this game.
Actually, a little bit ago, higher level than his solo laners, right? He is power farm so heavily, 182 CS on the Graves, 21 minutes into the game. You know, Graves.
I mean, killing a Blazed Olive would be really nice. Like, the biggest disappointment in this game has been Pobelter. He just hasn't been effective as a damage dealer at all.
This is kind of why people are playing it, though. They're playing it for the
and we have like no vision. This is like a pervasive problem with us.
Tanking through everything.
We just never control vision. Okay, this could be good.
Up on this top side, as a Blaze Olive could be in trouble.
He's just gonna ult out. He's like, I'm gonna get chased down. You know what? He's got me. We'll just burn the cooldown. It's okay. We're just gonna move on to this one, and you know, has no.
That's really nice by Pobelter to get that cooldown.
What you lose when, you know, Pobelter found the flank. So,
and solo is just kind of they're just never, neither one is ever going to kill the other at this point.
I want to call it Divine Sunderer as the ideal Gangplank mythic, by the way. That is the one you go for. It's better than Trinity Force. The damage is just overall going to be higher. For any aspiring GP players out there, that is indeed your build. Niall's still going to keep scaling on towards the rest of his items, though, and has held on reasonably well and still been a good contributor in the team fights.
It's interesting because you're usually such a win rate guy. Triforce is actually, you know, a couple % win rate higher than Divine Sunderer. Yeah, like
last I looked, it was Sunderer by a lot. That's interesting.
Well, maybe something changed with the patch then or something. But yeah, it is interesting. I do think that this is the higher price. You know, it depends kind of like on what you're placing the value on. Divine Sunderer obviously, you know, feels like a very similar playstyle to what the previous Trinity Force was. You are doing the same things here on GP.
I'm not really sure. Like, we do need a highly prioritized dragon
GP, you know, definitely hasn't
here.
Been, like, dominating in solo queue by any means, but it's never one of those champions that
getting
really does, but always still
getting the
in pro play,
RCC down onto Stixay
being able to survive
would be
these
huge.
Lane matchups is something that a lot of pros really do excel at, and it's just kind of always one of those champions in the same bucket with, you know, your
just
Rises and your Azirs,
bursting one of their carries down.
Yes.
But we do have a good pocket of vision around this dragon. We have control wards all throughout. They have to walk into the fog of war in order to be able to do anything. And we have a ward on the Baron. That's good ward coverage. We have a ward on the entrances. Like, this is good warding. This is good warding. We should, when we can just take the dragon when it spawns.
They pop the Scryer's Bloom, and it's time for Golden Guardians to walk in. TF ult pop. Will they dive in time? Can they steal away the dragon? Niles is CC'd. Will not be in range for the smite, but in comes
Oh my God, Griffin.
Anyway, somehow still grabs the dragon, and the team fight comes in. A 1-for-1, both supports are dead. Jhin opens
Oh my fucking God, Griffin.
Walks in, tanks the shots, no big deal. They walk in for the dragon, and it's 2-2.
It's the 1-for-1 in the trade, but yeah, they get the dragon. So Golden Guardians again coming out on top.
How do you miss smite by that much?
A lot of summoners. You notice
Holy
all
shit.
The flashes forced across the board. No flashes now on CLG, and that does mean it's a lot easier to turn to find those engages. Flash card is
I like that we prioritized getting the dragon. We were like, yeah, we're gonna, you know, we're gonna fully commit to getting the dragon and then turning. Like we were all agreed on that, and then we fucking missed the smite. We missed the burst. That's just. Oh, that's so sad.
I'm always a fan of looking at the builds as they progress because you are going to see so many different things. I'm actually a really big fan.
We do not take Baron fast at all. But we're doing a pretty good job of getting vision.
Kind of build this time around. We've got Kraken Essence Reaver into probably Phantom Dancer next.
This Kali has just been useless though.
And again, it makes sense based
it's
on the
weird.
Game you're in. You have to kill two
it has not had much of an impact on the game.
Better at killing, you know, an ulted smoothie than true damage and attack speed to complement the kit. So, you know, cool to see different builds doing really different things. I mean, same for this Graves here, right? Doing a tankier build where it's 2 lifesteal items into probably IE next, but it could even be something like a Guardian Angel.
Hopefully we can get like Turtle popping off or something.
I really
we need
even like kind of just the inbuilt synergy of Hail of Blades plus Kraken Slayer because you're getting those really fast auto attacks off and getting that Kraken Slayer proc pretty much immediately. And
feels weird.
You're building into, you know, a Zeal item, you're building fairly heavy on the attack speed. You have the E bonus on your attack speed with that power up from Kaisa, and you can really start to proc that very
because
stacking up
we're reaching the end of like where Renekton really starts to dominate. Like Solo is doing a pretty good job this game.
That doesn't have an incredible amount of survivability.
And we have a good plan in general. Like we're prioritizing dragons. We're prioritizing objectives in general.
Yeah, and thanks for the cooldown sort of thanks to Reaver, but yeah,
but our fights are just pretty sloppy, and like our smite was bad.
Honestly, still wouldn't have minded Phantom Dancer, even after seeing Natural come through. I think that's
this still could be pretty good for us, and lucky for us, it's the Mountain Drake, which isn't that useful for them.
For a lot of poke, which can be useful. Extra stack of plasma for the evolve, which obviously can help on top of that.
Like it's all right,
just kind of are waiting. I mean, Golden Guardians are playing this game really.
It's not highly efficient.
They were able to,
like it would be on us who have several very tanky champions, and Sejuani is one of the champions it's most efficient on.
Now I say that while Turtle could be attacked, but it's going to be in on the Turtle. He's trying to get away. It's
wow.
just not going to be enough.
No, that was
just does so much damage.
And now the rest of
like
CLG
that's
maybe getting corralled here. Slow, but he's basing and he has teleport, so he can actually rejoin with the team here off of the teleport. And I think they're going to try to go for the
Solo.
launches.
You should have started teleporting.
You're going to have to deal with a lot of move speed. If he can show back up, there we go. Starts the channel. He's behind them. Gets a stun on the
okay, good job by Smoothie to limit the damage.
Teammates can run away. It's a 2-0. Turtle and Smoothie are dead. And now you can look at Baron.
Turtle just got caught out there.
In a nice flank position, but it's a 3v5. Sure, Turtle's going to be up in 5 seconds, but he has no way to actually get to this fight. Solo is hanging around.
I mean, can Griffin get in there and make up for his fucked up smites earlier?
Out, and it should be Golden Guardians Baron, no problem.
As long as you mark him
not a chance, and so we just stand there and fucking die.
Shows up to turn the other way, and it's a third kill in a row. Golden Guardians after getting the Baron. At some point, you got to realize you aren't getting in. Stop staying in range. Solo gives away a kill that wasn't going to amount to anything.
Yeah, a lot of these plays from CLG just feel like they are desperate. They are feeling as though they don't have much chance in the game. They have to go for that third dragon. They have to fight for this Baron.
I mean, the third dragon was like good to go for.
Not able to do so, so they are staying around in some of these really low percentage plays.
Oh god!
Trying to push. For
dragon is up, and we're down. Like Solo killing himself there makes the dragon nearly impossible for us to get. I mean, we do have the teleport from him. He's up in 7 seconds, but the dragon is going to be dead for that. Before that, and we're just not making a move for it because we aren't in the position to do it.
Top lane. Even just securing those 3 towers,
which is just fucking tragic.
Is going to be a
Stixay has 8 kills.
Yeah, it's just going and going and going. Golden Guardians had to, you know, play a pretty tight early game. CLG made him work for it, but as we crest into 30 minutes in, Golden Guardians just in absolute control. There we go. Nice hard CC. Gonna get some damage on a Graves, but Iconic is just gonna jump right back
and
to the front.
who dies from that? It's fucking Builder. Jesus. Like, oh hey, that was what we needed to do 10 minutes ago. Why do we keep doing this shit too late? Wow.
Yeah, they are looking just unstoppable, completely crushing CLG in this game. Going to be up over 10,000 gold.
This should have been our victory, easily.
And it should honestly just be the end of the game unless they're playing very cautious. We'll see if CLG can do anything about it, but it doesn't look like there's much of a chance to hold on here, even at the Nexus.
Yeah. I'm glad this is not our long-term roster. Holy shit.
So Griffin's gonna die. It was a valiant effort, but Turtle could not get the rest of the damage in. And out he walks. Turret's gonna fall. Nexus gonna follow. CLG
and we just look so sloppy in general. No communication. It's just rough.
What an entrance to the LCS for these players, the Golden Guardians, as you said, pretty much unanimously 10th in the power rankings.
So
coming onto the
visas, please get here. I don't want to take much more of this. We're just not practiced at all. We had COVID issues. Like, it's, thank God this doesn't have like a ton of impact.
For Golden Guardians, who had so many hurdles to overcome in the offseason, rebuilding this team, starting from essentially zero.
I pray that we can turn it around because we need to.